So welcome Charles and Alex, who are from a company called Price Doctor, who have a very whizzy app that can very quickly and easily do these estimates for you. And I met Alex at the Home Building and Renovating Show, which must have been 3 or 4 months ago, I guess, Alex? Oh, you're on mute, Alex.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, yes.
Yeah, 3 months ago, back in March it would have been.
Yes. So we've had a conversation since, and I think there's lots of potential for using this as part of the DFG process. So I'll hand over to Charles and Alex to explain how it works.
Fantastic. Well, good afternoon, everyone. So Price Doctor is just a solution, a quantity surveying solution and a job management solution. We've got 2 primary customers, being builders who use the job management system to manage their workload, and our quantity surveying service to price their work. And the other customer we deal with is homeowners and developers. So we help them streamline the costing, pricing, and then the tendering process so they can get the contractor that they need. A little bit of a history. So we've been going a little while. Alex started a one stream, if you like, with QSurvey, which was an online building pricing system, and I come from a company called DIY Doctor, hence it's called Price Doctor, where we had a lot of homeowners coming to us saying, how much does an extension cost? Effectively, the two ideas came together, and we've grown the business from there to be a service that offers both to homeowners and to contractors, and we offer pricing services and job management systems. Cool. So we've got a good team behind us, obviously myself and Alex, and we're supported by a few others. Mike Edwards, who founded DIY Doctor. DIY Doctor is a website which helps homeowners. We probably get about 5 million users a year to the site, so we hope we do a little bit of good there. And of course, Jim helps us on the technical side. It's a very technical business. So yeah, as I said, what is Price Doctor? It is a pricing tool primarily. So we have a series of calculators. So whatever kind of operation in the domestic build that you'd like to put together, whether it be a new build or a renovation, we've got a calculator for that, and we'll be able to demonstrate. We'll work out exactly what the materials are and the costs. We update all our costs on a weekly basis, so it's all very current. And wrap around that for our contractors, we have a job management system. Conversely, for the homeowners and the developers, we have a tendering product which helps them to produce tender packs and evaluate the tenders and select their chosen contractor. Brilliant. So what we're going to do today is just go through a bit of a scenario, basically right the way from concept design. So that initial, and I think predominantly our work is traditional build, traditional contractors for homeowners, not necessarily with any disability. We do have some of our contractors do specifically work in this, and we're going to go through a bit of a scenario with them. But we're going to step back a little bit further and start with the original concept design. So perhaps when an OT goes to site and sees what needs to be designed, we'll show you how Price Doctor can help you with that initial process, and then take you from an initial design and get an indicative price to produce a spec that you can give to a technical officer, an architect, which then they can plan and draw up drawings which we can submit for planning, which we can then price off, and then we provide a full QS service, which then will be used to generate the tender pack, which you can send out to a range of contractors, and then can be evaluated afterwards with whichever criteria you prefer, with whichever weighting you prefer. So what I'm going to do now is just hand over to Alex, and Alex is going to do a bit of a live demo of exactly how Price Doctor works.
Thanks, Charles. Okay. So what we've done with Price Doctor then, essentially we give you the tools to get an early indicative price for a project without needing to be an expert in construction. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to jump on to sharing the website. We will run through a few things. Here we go. Right. Okay. So where we are right now is just in the start of a project. So sort of phase one, your OT's gone out to the client's property. And it's just that initial kind of touch point. Okay, what do we need to do for you? How can we go about getting what you need? So what you do, the OT will simply fill in this initial questionnaire. So, it's about how big do you want the extension to be. So if you want a square rectangle, just down the side or at the back, or an L shape to wrap around, obviously it's depending on the space available. Then you just drop in your dimensions here. So straightforward enough. Let's go 6 by 3. Three that'll do. And then we've added in this extra section for setting our adaptions as well. So this list can be expanded further. This is just a sort of an example to show you what can be done. So we can then drop in whatever adaptions are relevant for the particular client and their needs. Perhaps any standard items will also need to go in. And once you're happy with that, you just fire up the design. And what that will do is it will then drop onto the page with a ready-made set of plans for you. What you can then do, you can customize this. So perhaps you've dropped in a particular size and you think, well, we're going to need a bit more space. We can just rejig the design here and it will refresh. So what it then does is it works out the price live as it's running. So you can make adjustments and you can see a real-time impact on the cost for the project. So you can see this has changed real-time up here. So you can then, you can move this furniture about so you can get a feel for your layout. You can add your doors in and these sorts of things just to give you a feel for how the space is going to work for your client. And then the principle of this is that once the client OT discussion is complete, we then generate a design specification for you. So that transfer of information from the OT to the technical department is then much smoother. You get a design specification document outputted from the platform. So this then just generates the sort of basic information, but that transfer of information between the OT and technical is then recorded. You've got all your basic specifications, which can then be drawn up later on. So it's that smooth transfer of information between departments. So from this, what we would then do is you'll go off to the architects. Yes. So I just saw a question come up there, Simon. We can price essentially anything. It's not linked to just extensions. Okay. We priced all sorts of groundwork projects, new builds, huge renovations. We've done a few adaptation projects as well. So this is not new to us. So the design specification was the one I just showed you. Apologies for that. So what we would then suggest is using us for a pricing service. So what you would do is you go off to that good thing you need for. Sorry, there you go. So the architect will obviously go and do the architectural stuff. So draft something that will work for the client. And then what we would suggest is you then come to us with those plans. And we would do a pricing service for you. So we'll do a full QS takeoff of those plans. And that will then give you a very detailed breakdown of the project. So you get a very good idea up front of the costs associated with the works. And then you can obviously go through the process and manage this site much better. So I'm just going to show you some of the exports we do. Okay. What we do is we take all your plans from the platform. And we run all the data points in, and then what it does is produces a detailed breakdown of the process, all the costs involved, how long each room's going to take. So this particular project was a disabled adaptations project. So it was a renovation of an already adapted property that had been left for a number of years, and it needed bringing back up to standard for somebody to move in and use. So we basically worked with our client on this and ran through the whole project step by step, priced everything in, all the adaptations, all the work. And it gives you a very detailed setup for all the bits you'd need in producing all your key data points. So you can essentially run the project. And obviously, if you're going out to tender, you need to have the right documents with you to do that. So we can also produce a bit of quantity. So when you're going out to tender, you can make sure you get all the right items costed up without having to go through the heavy lifting of producing that information. We've also got Gantt produced from the system. So what it's doing is, rather than just going through and saying, okay, here's a list of materials, this is what it's going to be, we work out all the durations for the tasks as well. So rather than just saying you're going to build a 10 square meter wall, you need this many bricks, we'll say you're going to build a 10 square meter wall, you need these bricks, and the builders will be on site for 7 days during it, and they will need these actual materials en route. That's the kind of data you get back out from a pricing service. And then finally, we've got our tender pack. So what you get is your bill of quantities, which is obviously the key part of your tender pack to make sure that everything's priced up when you go out to tender. So we've got some functionality for managing tenders within this as well. Okay, so we've got our tender management section here. So once your pricing is all done, you've got a schedule of works. We've got all the tendering details here, so you can then do all the quote management. And this is also client-facing if you want it to be, so you can get your client involved with the process. And yeah, it gives a nice mechanism for tracking and managing costing work. The key takeaway being that you can obviously get to these costs very early without any initial design input, other than I want something this big, rather than needing to get an architect and a builder in and get several stages through the process before you realize the affordability is not there. So you can sort of get that go, no go very early with much less time investment. Right, so I'm just going to jump back onto the presentation.
So, yeah, I think what I wanted to just go through is obviously we are a business that works predominantly with contractors and builders, and the other side of the business is for homeowners and developers. And a lot of this work is very similar to the process that developers would go through in terms of getting initial cost estimate. So trying to find out very quickly and cheaply what it's going to cost to adapt the home to what you need it to do, whether it's a no-go or go or no-go. Once you've done that, it's moving on through the process in terms of getting a really detailed price, getting an understanding of that, generating a tender pack so you can get tenders back from contractors, and then evaluating those so that you can pick the best fit for the project going forward. Everything, all the development's done here in the UK, so we can customize for specific customers, and we've got some built-in customizations for different stakeholders. So that's all done in UK, and all the support is UK based as well. Also, you've got hundreds of contractors using Price Doctor, and we've had over 4,000 homeowners go through the Price Doctor process. So it's an established organisation. I'll be honest, we haven't done a huge amount of disabled adaptions, but we have done a few from our existing contractor base. The builders that we have on board, they do come to us sometimes with disabled adaptions and extensions. Great. So I've got it's a bit of a plug. Is one of our builders quotes. He feels we're a bit of a game changer, and so yes, you can please have a read of that, and hopefully you will believe that we're a game changer too. And finally, here's our contact details. So please do get in touch with us if you've got any questions. There's lots of information on the website. The website is really geared towards our existing user base, which is developers and homeowners and contractors and builders. So, but yeah, please do get in touch with us. We do obviously work with others. We work with others, quantity surveyors, etc., in different guises. So yeah, please let us know if you've got any questions.
Great, thank you. I'll just leave those contact details up for a second. Been a couple of questions. So from Julie, how do you factor in cost differences between different parts of the country?
I'll take that one, Charles. So so we use the industry standard price book Spons for our labour rates. We've also got, as we're national, we've got kind of a live feed on labour rates across the country with our current client base. So we've got a pretty good handle on where costs are. Just in terms of the build costs as well. So we track all of our material prices, and they are refreshed weekly automatically for you. So if you did an initial plan for a project and then you needed to refresh the price prices. It's a couple of clicks and you're done, rather than having to go through the whole process again.
Great. So, and I suppose if somebody's watching now, they've got a perhaps a extension that they're looking to design for a property, kind of bedroom, bathroom with various fittings in, and they're kind of interested in getting that initial costing. What's the kind of process for that, and how much would it cost them, and what would be involved in, I suppose, just getting those kind of initial estimates of how much a project would cost?
Yeah, so I think, yeah, no worries. And I think at the moment, so for homeowners and developers, you can use the website for free, and then it's a cost to extract the data. I think in this scenario, obviously we've not worked in this scenario yet, and I think there's a conversation to be had if there's any interest. And what we tend to do, certainly a similar model, is more with the contractors, where we charge a subscription rate for unlimited use over a period of time. So I think this isn't our natural sector, as it were. We haven't really thought about this sector until you contacted us, Paul. And so I think we're looking to see how we can help. And we've got all the tools. It's just making them available in the right way, in the right format.
Yeah, as kind of said before, I obviously came sort of through Alex at the home building and renovating show. And I saw it when I came a couple of years ago, and I think the software is quite simple to use, to get an initial estimate of an extension cost. It kind of, within a few minutes, you can get a pretty good idea of what the cost's going to be, and then I suppose it's kind of you can take the other options as you go forwards. But if anybody's looking at designing the extension at the moment, I would. I think it's definitely worth spending half an hour every time at pricedoctor.co.uk just to look at the options and the information it can give you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Paul.
Great. So thank you both. If anyone wants more details, you can find them all at pricedoctor.co.uk. Thank you both.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks.